Tell me when or what I should do. Tell me when or what I should do, Mom. I mean, I can speak just a little.
Maybe 1 or 2 minutes you can give the explanation.
No.
90 minutes.
Okay.
Sundar Prabhu.
Dandavats, what would you? Dandavats, devotees, welcome everyone. This is a very sacred day, Nandotsava, the celebration of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai for the birth of Sri Krishna when they see him in the morning, and a day of great joy. This is also a very holy day because this is the day that Srila Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj came into this world. Swami Maharaj spread this beautiful process that we're engaging in today, this giving of the Harinam mantra through the line of authentic disciplic succession. Actually, the real mantram is not the sound, it's the vibration of the heart, taking us from the plane of exploitation to the plane of true love, divine love. And this ceremony today is called Harinam Diksha. Diksha is a very beautiful word. It means to consecrate, to make holy. And the process of Harinam Diksha means the beginning of spiritual awakening, spiritual progression, the transcending of the barriers that hold us back, that limit us within material consciousness. So Harinam Diksha is the giving of from the Guru to the disciple of the authentic vibration passed down through many, many thousands of years, ultimately from Lord Krishna himself. So this is a very auspicious and holy day and a very beautiful time to begin the relationship with Srila Nasi Maharaj and Axel. The conferring of the mantra is the beginning of a very deep and wonderful thing, the relationship between the Guru and the disciple. The lessons, the knowledge, but ultimately the heart connection between the soul and another soul. That wealth that is within the heart of the Guru is transferred to the heart of the disciple by an authentic process of service and grace. So we're lucky today to be witnessing this beautiful ceremony. And Jai Srila Bhaktivedanta Nasi Maharaj ki Jai, Axel Prabhu ki Jai, Rupanuga Guru Varga ki Jai, Gaur Chandra Mahaprabhu ki Jai.
I'll say something after the name.
Okay.
Okay, and so what to do?
Okay. So Prabhuji. I don't know if you can you sit like this? Is that possible? So then we take this platform upward clockwise. Like that. Esa Sachandana Pushpam. Say Esa Sachandana Pushpam Ain Shri Gurave Namaha. And then give full Shastanga a little flat on the line. Take your seat again. The beads. You can sit a little closer if you need to, and both hands cupped like this, receiving. Give some talk, Marj, on the name and what you're giving him.
Yeah, his name is Ananta Shesh Das.
Jai, Ananta Shesh Das. Good job.
And initiation is like, it gives us a connection with the whole line of our great gurus who have, spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. And of course, today is particularly auspicious because it's the appearance day of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada. This day, when Prabhupada appeared in Calcutta, in India, there was the family had a big celebration, and they brought him to the nearby temple and offered him to the Radha Krishna deities there. So his father was a very great advanced devotee, and he instructed him like throughout his early life in the principles and the subtle philosophy, theology, and above all, gave him a very deep connection from heart to heart. And that connection from heart to heart, is so strong, so powerful, that it lasted Prabhupada's life. And Srila Prabhupada, he was asked by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur to bring Krishna consciousness to the West. And he was thinking London. And so Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur disappeared. Prabhupada was in the middle of raising a family and so on. And but when he hit, I think it was 55, he began seriously thinking about and making effort to raise funds to come to the West to spread Krishna consciousness. And he worked on that and worked on that. That was his whole life. He lived in Vrindavan. Sometimes he would go to Delhi and beg from door to door to, in the most humble way of the auspicious great devotees. They have such stature and such amazing position and connections, and yet they don't think of that of themselves. They think that I don't have anything except what my guru has given me. I have no life except the life that my guru has given me. They think like that. So after initiation, the life of Srila Prabhupada was like fully focused on this lifelong endeavor to bring Krishna consciousness to the West. And it was like no question, but that it was his life. He saw it in that way, and he acted in that way. And so Srila Prabhupada came to New York, first to Boston, then he came down to New York. And then he went across to stay with some people he had connection with in Pennsylvania, I think. And eventually, by their guidance, Srila Prabhupada came back to New York and opened a small center in the Lower East Side of New York, which is a very poor section, but at that time it was becoming more and more like a hippie center. And so, that was just somehow or other Krishna arranged it like that. So before long, Prabhupada had so many young people coming to see him. He would have a class and then come downstairs and give the class. And initially he got maybe 2 or 3 disciples, and those disciples went out to this area where everybody hung out, Tompkins Square Park, and preached Krishna consciousness there and brought in more and more devotees to the point where Srila Prabhupada was thinking that next I should go to San Francisco, because that was a big hippie chakra too. And so he did. He went to San Francisco and established a Krishna Conscious Center there. And, ultimately all these things spread in the time of Prabhupada from San Francisco to L.A., to, I think, Denver, and Chicago, Detroit. We were just like swept into it. We really didn't have any clue what Krishna consciousness was. But this personality, he looked at you and he loved you. I mean, more than any like previous boy-girl relations or anything. He loved us in the deepest way, and you could like feel that. So naturally, in his presence, you feel this, and you think, I have to give my life to this personality. I have to, change my ways and direct my life in such a way so that I'll be able to dedicate myself, full time for the duration of this life. So myself and Sri Lekha Sri Lekha was in Toronto, I was in Detroit, and we both got initiation from Srila Prabhupada. And then later there was there was an arranged marriage between the Toronto temple president and the Detroit temple president, and it was me and Sri Lekha. So somehow or other, Krishna's really kind. It worked out in a very, very wonderful way. And with that kind of foundation, these amazing devotees began to appear in our house, starting off with Sudarshan Prabhu in 1972. Then my eldest daughter, Kishori, who we named after the deity in Chicago, Kishore, Kishori. And then finally, our beautiful daughter, Jayashree, who appeared in 1982. And where was that? No. Was it Visalia? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we were living up in the mountains, and I can remember driving downhill, and Sri Lekha was ready to pop. And anyway, we made it to the hospital. And so I went to check in, and by the time I was done checking in and coming back, the baby was already there. And so it was a wonderful thing about how Krishna consciousness works, and how our divine gurus will arrange our lives in such a way so that we'll grow in Krishna consciousness. All that's required is you just have to really want it and really pray, as deep as you can go from your heart to our line of gurus. And they will give us the necessities of life. They'll give us the means through which we can most efficiently engage in direct devotional service, and they'll send us friends and guides who will help us all along the way. So what we're doing here is like bringing about a connection for this great soul, Anantashesh Das, that will bring him into the shelter of our divine gurus. You know, all I can say is that I've had the association of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Sridhar Maharaj, and Srila Govinda Maharaj. And based on that association, and based on the instruction of both Srila Prabhupada and Srila Govinda Maharaj, that I should help people come closer to Krishna consciousness. So that's why I do it. I'm not so anxious about getting many disciples or anything like that. But I am determined that whoever I bring to Krishna consciousness is like deeply sincere and deeply ready to, plunge forward into the unknown that is Krishna consciousness. And so I've seen that in Anantashesh Prabhu. So that, based on that, and also I prayed to Srila Prabhupada and Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev, and asked for their permission that this connection from them to Anantashesh Prabhu will come through me. And somehow or other, I've seen how it works. I only have a couple disciples, but I've seen in those disciples that they've received something, genuine, that I can't understand how it works, but it does. It works. There's a conveyance, and this is the system that Krishna has given for developing in Krishna consciousness. You receive from heart to heart the transaction of Krishna consciousness. And when you read, when you chant, when you engage in kirtan, all these things are things which will enhance and illuminate our heart more and more and more. Coming, ultimately to the point where there's nothing else but Krishna consciousness. And that happens over time, slowly. But one attachment, one thought of something in the material world will gradually just fall away. It's a natural process, because naturally we're souls. We're not this external body. And the big, ringer for everybody is that we die. So the logical purpose of that situation is that we're going to think, I have to die. So where am I going to go? What am I going to do? Just like we sit here and we think about going to the prasadam room. How will I do that? I'll go through the hall. So in a similar way.
Joy.
Right. So anyway, in a similar way, we should chalk out our life in such a way so that the projection is towards Krishna consciousness. Joy. The projection is towards Krishna consciousness and towards a life of full dedication and full commitment, coming slowly to the point where our soul is fully expressed, even in this temporary world, even in this temporary body. And that, as that develops in your heart, you'll more and more become not afraid of death, not afraid of going out the door. Is there a truck going to run over me or something? No. you don't worry about those things. You still are conscious of things around you, of course, but you'll know that Krishna will always do what he wants for me. And whatever he wants for me is the best for me. I'm, conditioned to this world with attachments and desires and all these things. And, Krishna himself can see beyond all those things to our hearts, our own hearts. And based on that connection with our heart, Krishna will give opportunities, connections, so many different things to bring us to the point where we'll be able to surrender more and more. So the first initiation, Harinam initiation, is like a welcoming. Welcome to our family. And by getting the name Anantashesh, you're like it's like when you're born, you get your parents' name or something. So in a similar way, when you're born spiritually, you get a spiritual name. And, you can, think of yourself in terms of Anantashesh Das, that's your eternal, not necessarily eternal, but your position, at least for this life, in service to our line of gurus. Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj, and Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj. And all the surroundings, all the people, the deities, the prasadam, everything is going to come in a more powerful way for you now. And you just have to try to be aware of all the time of how Krishna is showing me things. It may have just been an ordinary thing, and suddenly you look over and there's something that is going to hit you in the heart. It takes us some time, but Krishna is always with us, always giving us help, and we just have to remember to ask for that help. And that help will come, And Krishna has arranged it in such a way so that his help comes to this world in a tangible, physical form. Even though the gurus, their forms are spiritual, but they're present in a way in which we can directly perceive them, hear them, and bow down to them. And based on that, amazingly merciful arrangement of Krishna, great souls have taken the responsibility of helping people come closer to the highest spiritual objective of life. And so today I'm really happy that somehow or other I can connect Anantashesh Prabhu with our beloved line of gurus. So, Anantashesh Das Ki Jai. Jai.
Start Kirtan while you do that. Okay, Jai Anantashesh Prabhu Ki Jai. And then at the end of every Harinam ceremony, we will chant Harinam. So we can have a Kirtan now. Somebody wants to grab kartals? we can pass the songbooks out. Can someone look up Prabhu Kohe Kohilana? I'm not sure what page it's on. Prabhu Kohe. It should be at the end, Prabhu. I can do it, actually, if you want. Okay, 299, page 299. Bolo Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Prabhu kahe kohilan ei mahamantra. Iha japa giya sabe koriya nirbandha. Iha japa giya sabe koriya nirbandha. Iha haite sarva siddhi haive savara. Sarva siddhi haive savara. Sarva khana boloite riddhi nahi aro. Sarva khana boloite riddhi nahi aro. Ishayane bhojane kiva jagarane. Ishayane bhojane kiva jagarane. Ahar nisha chinta Krishna koloho vadane. Ahar nisha chinta Krishna koloho vadane. Rama prati sneho jadi take sabakara.
Chitu Navami
any Guru Vaishnava, something like that? Anything? Bhai Vaishnava.
How about Nitai Pada Kamala? Page 128. The original representation of Sri Guru. Nitai Pada Kamala Uti Chandra Sushitala Yichaya Jagatha Juda Nitai Pada Kamala Uti Chandra Sushitala Jaya Jagata Juda Henonitarine Vai Radha Krishna Paite Na Henonitarine Vai Radha Krishna Paite
particular one? Any particular one? Okay. I think it's 178.
Page 178.
Emana durmati sangsara bitare Horiyaya chinuyami Tavani jajan kono mahajane Tavani jajan kono mahajane pataiya dile Tita dekia kohiloya maregia Ohe dina jan suno balo kata Ulosita habehia Shri Krishna Chaitanya Navadipe Avatara Tumahe na kota dinai na jane Korile na bhavo para Raki Bharatare Rukma Varna Viprashuta He Mahaprabhu Name Nadia Mata He Mahaprabhu Name Nadia Mata Shange Bai Chaitanya Gosai Nijanama Koridana He Tari Lo Jaga Tumya Chaiya Loho Nija Paritrana Sunia Asiya China Tumara Charana Tole Bhakati Vinoda Kadiya Kadiya Bhakati Vinoda Kadiya Kadiya Yapana Pahini Bole Jaya Gaura Hari
A wicked mind brought me into this world, O Lord, but one of your pure and elevated devotees has come to bring me out.
O humble soul, please listen to this good tidings, for it will gladden your heart.
He saw me so fallen and watched it.
Number 3.
Sorry. Sri Krishna has appeared in the land of Navahip to deliver you. He has safely conducted many miserable souls such as you across the sea of worldly existence.
To fulfill the promise of the Vedas, the son of a Brahmin, bearing the name Mahaprabhu of golden complexion, has descended with his brother, the Avadut Nityananda. Together they have overwhelmed all of Nadia with divine ecstasy.
I heard that voice. The sweetest voice on the hardest dude.
Sri Chaitanya, who is Krishna himself, the son of Nanda, has saved the world by freely distributing his own holy name. Go also and receive your deliverance.
O Lord, hearing these words, Bhakti Vinod has come weeping to the soles of your lotus feet and tells the story of his life. God.
How about Tumi Sarveshwari? Oh, yeah. What page is on? I don't have that same book. Okay. Where is Tumi Sarveshwari? Here.
It's on 190.
There's another one. Tumi Sarveshwarishwara Rajendra Kumara Tumi Sarveshwara Rajendra Kumara Tomara Ichaya Vishwe Srijana Sanghara Tavai chamata brahma kore nashi jana. Tavai chamata brahma kore nashi jana. Tavai chamata vishnu kore na palana. Tavai chamata vishnu. Tavai chamate Shiva Thing to say today, because today is Nandotsava. This is only a 1 minute, 2 minute, half minute thing. But he's calling the supreme, absolute, all-powerful cause of all causes to me. That is very familiar and affectionate kind of a way to address. And he's saying, oh, son of Brajendra, the king of Braja, oh, son of Nanda, you are the Lord of all lords. So we can understand that the Lord is the Lord, but deeper feelings of the broad and purified and absolutely self-surrendered soul. These relationships can become with God much, much more deep. So he's saying, O youthful son of the king of Braja, you are the Lord of all lords. According to your will, creation and destruction take place in the universe.
According to your desire, Lord Brahma creates, and according to your desire, Lord Vishnu maintains.
According to your will, Lord Shiva destroys. According to your will, Maya constructs the prison house of this world.
According to your will, the living beings take birth and die, and according to your will, they will meet the prosperity and ruin, happiness and sorrow.
The tiny soul, bound up by Maya, vainly struggles in the fetters of worldly desire. Without your sanction, the soul is unable to do anything.
You are my only protector and maintainer. Except for your lotus feet, there is no other hope for me.
No longer confident of my own strength and endeavor, I have become solely dependent on your will.
Bhaktivinoda is most poor, and his pride has been leveled. Now, in accordance with your will, he lives and dies.
Sarvasvatamara is the next one. Oh, what do you think? Oh, avatars.
What page? 136.
Is this appropriate? Are we breaking news? It's fine.
Okay. We're in a Mahaprabhu temple, so.
Avataro Saro, Goraya Avataro.
Avataro Saro, Goraya Avataro.
Kenonabajilitare.
Kenonabajilitare.
Kori nirevasa, gelona piasa. Kori nirevasa, gelona piasa.
Haribol. Should we read the English?
The incarnation of Sri Gora is the most excellent of all the incarnations. Why haven't I worshipped him? It is as if I was surrounded by water but denied myself a drink, returning to my own fruitive activity.
I chewed the thorns of the tree of worldly life and considered the blood that flowed through my mouth to be nectar. When offered the fruits of wish-fulfilling tree of ecstatic love of Gauranga, I rejected them, thinking them to be poison.
Desirous of smelling a sweet scent, I sniffed at what I thought was a fragrant flower. Alas, that flower was odorless, like the palasha flower, and instead an insect flew up my nose and bit me. Thinking material life to be sweet like sugarcane, I tried to taste its nectar. Instead, it was like chewing dry wood. In this way, all my attempts at enjoyment were false.
Admitting defeat, wasted and worn out, I will wait the snake of death, declaring it to be cool and soothing. I have embraced the fire of maternal life, only to suffer intense misery as if struck by lightning.
Worshipping my family and my material life, I forgot Lord Gauranga and didn't listen to the instructions of the saints. Now in my final days I realize I have died twice, for not only am I leaving this mortal body, but I am also dead while living, having wasted my life in material indulgence.
I feel compelled to just say a little something on this song because it's kind of intense. It's a very intense song. But for those who are actually feeling the desperation of spiritual life, it's wonderfully nourishing, I can say. Lochandas Thakur is a poet that lived about 400 years ago. And a lot of his songs have this sort of regretful mood. And it's a very beautiful tune. You know, you can hear the beautiful tune. Like really beautiful. But the wording is full of like, what am I doing? Such a jewel of beauty and eternal life, eternal bliss has been presented to me. But I'm just like trying to extract juice from wood, right? Just trying to get some. I know it's temporary, but still I think, if I just do it right this time, I'm going to have my full satisfaction from material objects. And, this conflict, if we're honest and we've engaged in that conflict, we can feel that conflict within maybe all of us. Maybe some of you are beyond that conflict. But it has to be acknowledged. It has to be participated in, right? And you can see, like, what am I doing? Right? We're trying to remember the Lord. We're trying to have some type of loving relationship of participation and contribution. But, a part of us is still wanting to exploit and, get something for ourselves in the environment. So, very beautiful song of actual practicing life by Srila Lochandas Thakur. And we'll sing a song about Krishna. This is called, we sang Rupa Kirtan, which is about the form of the Lord, and Guna Kirtan, which is the qualities of the Lord, is the song we're going to sing right now, which is on page 250. Yeah, that'd be good.
Just right next to you.
I'll take that. 250. So this song starts, Shuno he Rasika Jan. Shuno means listen, And rasika means a person who actually is a taster of what the soul wants to eat. Soul food. So in Sanskrit there's this beautiful conception of conscious nourishment, conscious experience of an infinite variety, and that's called rasa. So many unique, wonderful, precise feelings exist within consciousness. And those who are familiar with that feeling, the feeling of tasting soul food, Bhaktivinoda, they're called rasikas. Right? And Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, oh, you tasters of rasa, you tasters of the nourishment of the soul, let me tell you about the qualities of Krishna. The fulfillment of all of the desire within the soul. Shuno he rasika jan Krishna gunayaganan. Shuno he rasika jan Krishna gunayaganan. Anantaka hite nahi pare. Anantaka hite nahi pare. Krishna jagatera guru, Krishna vancha kalpataru. Krishna jagatera guru, Krishna vancha kalpataru. Naviko se bhava paravare. Naviko se bhava paravare. Raya pirita jara, Krishna chikitsakatara. Raya pirita jara, Krishna chikitsakatara. Bhavarog nasite chatura. Krishna bahir mukha jane premamrita vitarane. Bahir mukha jane premamrita vitarane. Ramelai nijayanta pura. Ramelai nijayanta pura. Bandha jnana bandhaya vese manavayanda. Hare Krishna karuna sagara. Hare Krishna karuna sagara. Padma madhu diya andha bhava guchaiya. Sarane kore nayanuchara. Vidhi marga rata jane swadhinata ratna dhane. Vidhi marga rata jane swadhinata ratna dane. Raga marge karana pravesha. Raga vasavarti hoye parakiya bhavashraye. Krishna premavesha. Nityavari dhara sada panarato dhara. Krishna tahadera bandhupati. Say sava braja jan sukalyano niketa. Say sava braja jan sukalyano niketa. Dino hino vino derogoti.
Guna Kirtan ki jai.
Listen to this, O wisest relishers of mellows. The transcendental qualities of Sri Krishna are innumerable. Indeed, it is not possible to describe such unlimited divine attributes. Krishna is the spiritual master of the entire universe. He is like a wish-fulfilling desire tree, and he is the helmsman of the boat on the ocean of material existence.
Krishna is just like a doctor for those whose hearts are ailing, as he is very expert at destroying the diseased condition of material existence. By distributing the nectar of ecstatic love to all the inimical souls, he gradually takes them back into his own confidential realm.
It was so nice, actually. We sang this kirtan during the Thailand festival, and there was a devotee from Latvia who's a doctor, and we sang this kirtan, and he just felt like, oh my gosh, this is such a cool verse. You know, Krishna's like a doctor for whose hearts are ailing. He was really touched by that. It was quite sweet.
And there's a beautiful line here. Krishna Bahir Mukha Jane. Mukha means face, and Bahir Mukha means to turn away your face. So even those who turn their face away from him, Premamrita Vitarane, he will give a drop of divine experience to them. And then they will search for him to find the source of that experience. Krishna Bahir Mukha Jane Premamrita Vitarane.
Krishna is an ocean of compassion for those who are bound up in fruitive reactions, as well as for those bound up in philosophical speculation, and for those blinded by other human perplexities. Giving the honey of his lotus feet, and thus relieving the darkness of such worldliness, he makes one an attendant of his own feet.
Krishna eventually bestows the jewel of independence onto those persons who are attached to the path of rules and regulations, thereby allowing them entrance into the path of spontaneous loving service. Becoming influenced by such spontaneity, remaining under the shelter of the mellows of unwedded love, Parakya Bhava, the soul finally attains all the symptoms of ecstatic love for Krishna.
So this verse is just indicating, just very quickly, indicating a platform of love of God that is beyond rules and regulations. There's no when the heart is overflooded with love of God, then there's no force of you must do this and you must do that and you must do that. And this, that is what's being referred to. Not that, it's anything like we're going to give up all rules and regulations and pretend that we have that. But we're worshiping that high thing, and it is possible. Krishna is the dearmost friend and husband of those who are always attached to drinking the fountain of ecstatic tears of love. Thus the goal of this most fallen and lowly Bhakti Vinod is to be with all such residents of Braja within the abode of supreme consciousness.
Auspicious.
Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai.
Supreme auspicious consciousness.
Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. So there's two songs by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. One is on the previous page, Rupa Kirtan, which is the form of the Lord. And the second is his qualities. And you can see throughout all these verses, his quality is one of mercy. Extreme affection and mercy. And to understand this is to start to understand reality properly. There's a path, the highest path of spiritual progression called Sharanagati, which means surrender. And Sharana actually means, it implies some positivity, some sweetness, some shelter. Sharana Agati, come to your home. Come to your home. We have a broken relationship with our reality. We're full of fear, we're full of suspicion. And we're very concerned that whatever pops into our mind is what happens. But there's another way of interacting. and to know that the source of reality is supremely affectionate and merciful to you, knows you deeply. He's with you within your heart right now. To turn inward and to find your wealth inside and not so much outside. And to leave this relationship of fear and suspicion with your environment and come into connection with Krishna. The song in so many ways is saying He's compassionate. He will give you a taste of mercy. He's like a wish-fulfilling tree. He's the helmsman of your boat. You want to cross all these illusions. You can say misunderstanding, self-deception, the inadequacies of our senses. So many ways in which we know that we're illusioned. That help is there. And ultimately into a land of dynamic exchange of love. Jai Shri Krishna Janmashtami ki jai, Nandotsava ki jai.
Anybody mind if I turn on the cooler, turn it up?
Okay, so maybe we can have... Thank you all for participating in this beautiful Sankirtan. We can have maybe some discussion. If there's any topic or comment that anyone has, please feel free to make it. But we can remember Nandotsava and Srila Prabhupada for maybe like half an hour. This time. Marcy, I guess you already spoke. Yeah. Do you want to? Okay.
I just wanted to, verse 3 where it says, for those who are blinded by other human perplexities.
Yes.
I guess that just stood out to me because so often, when I try to understand the world or the human experience, I feel like, completely blind. Like I don't know what to make of it, right? And so, I don't know. I just think that it reaffirms that to have faith and to trust in the Lord.
Yes.
And that's really, we can't understand this human experience in some ways, right? So, anyway, that just stood out to me.
No, thank you for saying that, because I think it's really, really important. One of the strangest things of progressive spiritual life, the phrase that I came up with for myself is, it takes a lot of knowledge to realize you don't know anything. We say the word infinite, and it's a useful word because it communicates something that we know is beyond our ability to conceive. But we still think that we're kind of conceiving it. But we're not really. And we're, this verse, it says karma bandha. Bandha means like a binding, right? Karma bandha, gyan bandha. It means that, we've got this idea that I'm going to, work enough to figure out reality, figure out my life, figure out everything, right? Or Gyan Bandha means I'm going to start to know enough so that ultimately I obtain this like omniscient viewpoint on infinity, right? Both of those are bindings because you're not. You're never going to attain control over the infinite through those types of methodologies. And then, of course, we have other perplexities. We don't exactly know the purpose of everything that's happening. Sometimes we find ourselves in situations where we don't know what to do, right? And we, at the same time that we don't know what to do, we have sort of a bad feeling about it. Like, I don't really like this situation, and I don't know what to do, right? That's why this posture of faith in the mercy and sweetness of the Lord is good, because it allows you to have the courage and the determination to go through those circumstances with a higher trust, Jai Mahaprabhu, with a higher trust that this is good, that God is merciful to me, that this is somehow lightening my load, even though it feels like something that my current egotistic structure isn't really liking, right? And we know that we have a lot of complexities. I mean, I don't want to like depress anyone, but you know, if you start to go through, you know, sort of how we view reality, it's like, you know, I mean, the first thing, you know, I remember learning this in like high school, where it's like your eyes see 1% of the light spectrum. It doesn't take a genius to go, well, like, I'm not even seeing reality, like, at all. Like, what I'm seeing is like a teeny little sliver of the energy of light. And that essentially populates my whole world, right? And it's the same thing with my ears. It's the same thing with my nose. It's the same thing with my tongue. It's the same thing with my touch. It's all just delivering a tiny, tiny little sliver of reality. So even if everything is functioning absolutely perfectly inside of me, all I'm interacting with is a sliver of what exists. And even the physicists, when they start to look out into the world, right? I mean, like, you know, now, you know, there's been this debate for like, you know, I guess you can say 30 years about, is the universe contracting or is it expanding? And now they're like, oh my God, the universe is expanding. And not only is it expanding, like it's expanding like insanely fast, like 120 times the speed of light or something, right? It's just like, okay. So that's like the latest knowledge, right? And it's like, okay, well, what energy is powering that? Dark energy. That's what's powering it. Well, what does dark energy mean? It means energy that we have absolutely, literally no idea what it is, and we can't measure it in any way. Okay, and that thing is moving the universe at like, you know, 120 times the speed of sound, speed of light, excuse me. Like, it's just like, we have no idea what's going on, actually, if we're like honest. And then whatever we take into ourselves is subject to our own frailties, right? You know, there's been tons and tons of psychological discussions that say, like, okay, what you even take in with your little senses that are viewing this little sliver of reality, like 85% of it is just like downloaded instantaneously. Like it never even reaches your conscious mind. So now you're like in a sliver of a sliver. And then when it goes into your mind, it's like you got all kinds of issues there, right? Like we've got like, first of all, our senses are not even perfect. That's a whole nother thing. But, you know, we deal with it in strange ways. We misunderstand things, right? We self-deceive. We immediately place a narrative on what we're experiencing, and then we place what's actually happening within that narrative. And generally the narrative is something like, I'm really, really good, and this is totally unfair. Like, are we too sure about that? Right? So we have lots of human perplexities. And in the end, we're feeling something, which is dissatisfaction. You know, right? We feel like there's a gap between where we are and where we need to be. And that's actually, you know, we see that as a bad thing, but those who are saintly see that as the most important and powerful thing within you. The Sanskrit word for that is vipralambha. It means you're feeling some degree of separation between where you are and this unknown thing, but this place where you know you should be. And it causes you to search. It causes you to search. And the search, the honest search, that's the valuable part of life. So, yes. But this song is saying, don't go through so many things. Don't try and like decode your mind. You know what I mean? You can go to a psychologist for like 25 years and be like, well, then this happened, and then I blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, like you can try and like decode all this stuff and like figure it out where it's all like, okay, I'm okay with, you know, how my sister treated me when I was 4 or something, you know, like at the end of it. Right? It's like, okay, now where are you? Like, there's something far greater that you're meant for. And what Mahaprabhu is saying is, go straight to Krishna. You know, there's so many ideas that you have to go through this level, that level, this level, that level, this level, that level, this level, that level. At the very background, the very foundation of reality, the fundamental vibration is the play of Sri Radha and Sri Krishna. The divine masculine, the divine feminine. And Mahaprabhu was saying, go straight there. Offer yourself there. And this song is saying Krishna is there, so close within your heart. Turn to Him and have faith. And these things will be harmonized, and the feeling and connection that you're searching for will be there. So, Jai Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Go to Gauranga. Okay. Then, Mata. Give us some.
I know where. I just want. He's handing me the microphone just because, not because I know what I'm talking about, just because I happen to be a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, and we have these great gurus who are teaching us how to connect with reality without stopping, to, like he said, decode everything. There's no reason to. If you're in a dark room and you have to figure out all the things in the room and all how come I don't know where, all you have to do is find someone who knows how to turn the light on. It's very simple, actually. We're searching for God and we got lost. We started thinking, myself is the center of my own existence. And that thing that I don't even know who I am, but really, that needs to be satisfied by anything and everything I see. It's all for me and it has to work out the way I like it. And it's just not true. It's just not, absolutely not true. The soul's actual need is to be overwhelmed with devotion. And that devotion is the nectar of life. So all the things that we are experiencing that are completely the opposite of devotion are causing us so much difficulty. And the Lord comes and He sends these great personalities to ring a bell, a sound outside of my dream that can wake me up. All the sounds in my dream, they don't wake me up. But the sound, the divine descending sound, Shabda Brahma, that can actually wake up the soul. Oh, this is a sound which is like me. This is a sound which feels like my home. And that sound is descending. Age after age after age. And in this age, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is given as the Dharma to wake up the souls in the Kali Yuga. But in this Kali Yuga, it is also imbued. In this age, it is also imbued with as Sudarshan was saying, the highest kind of self-giving, self-sacrificing, the broad, noble, dignified, of the pure heart who has no motive in serving the Lord but love and giving and not asking for anything. And that's oceanic in joyfulness. It's so sweet and wonderful and noble that the Lord Himself is melted. So why not aspire for that? So Srila Prabhupada came, in the 1967, and up like my age, maybe a tiny bit younger, but he got on a freighter because his guru told him, I would like you to bring this beautiful method and message to the Western people. And he got on a freighter, came, had a heart attack on the way over. These are historical things. And then, I'm just going to end here because I know that we want to do the arti and everything. But it is the devotion in his heart that influenced thousands and thousands of people. When they saw him, when they felt that, their hearts were like, this is what I'm feeling, some feeling of the nectar, a joyfulness that I'm looking for, and I can feel it in this person. He has no motive. He doesn't want to make any money. He doesn't want to be famous. But his prayer, when this boat docked in Boston Harbor, he had $8 in his pocket, and he didn't know anyone. He just knew like one family who he stayed with for a few days. But he said he's praying to Krishna, to the Lord, and he's saying, my Gurudev, who is representing the divine serving, divine devotion personified, feminine, the feminine quality, Hare, Hare. Her name is Hara, who steals the heart of Krishna. The Guru, this high type of Guru, is representing her. So he's saying to Krishna, I don't know what I'm going to do. Their culture is so materialistic. They don't know anything about you. But she wants to tell the world about you. She wants everyone to connect with you in devotion. So if you want to please her, then make me dance. Make me dance. Then I can do it. And then she will be happy with you because you arranged that. So these, the perplexities of human life, which we all know if we want to stick our head in that hole. We know all about it. It's unlimited. There's no end to it. But it is so simple. The example of these great souls who set their lotus feet on this earth and travel around and spread auspiciousness and begin the spiritual progress of those who don't even know that it happened. But it will fructify one day. Those personalities can show us that all of this exploiting, selfishness, self-centeredness that has no end can be so simply forgotten like a dream when the soul comes in connection with the Lord of his heart, the great treasure of my heart, Guru Maharaj says, and surrender there and let him take over. Let him teach you with all the circumstances of your life and just bow down, bow down, bow down and say, yes, my Lord, this is good for me. And now give up all your troubles and let him just take over. So, Hare Krishna. Jai Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Abhirbhav Maha Mahotsava Ki Jai. Sri Nandotsava Ki Jai.
Please forgive me. Dear friends, Bhakti Lalita is visiting us, and she won't. You're not here next Sunday, are you? Yeah. Okay, she's flying out on Friday, and it's a very rare treat that we actually have her here. And I will certainly fall short on expressing what kind of person Bhakti Lalita is, but she lived in India for over 18 years in India. For those of you who have gone to India, it's very difficult to describe the level of austerity. And West Bengal is its own category, very, very difficult climate. I can barely explain the type of heat that can come in the summertime when you have a fan, and the electricity is intermittent. So many austerities that are being provided, but it's not just the austere environment, but serving in an absolutely unique, dedicated, and focused manner. And, it's one thing if we try to do something for a couple months or a couple years, and that's good. It's not bad to try and give of yourself. But 18 years and then over almost 10 years in Thailand now. 15 years living in the ashram in northern Thailand. It's an amazing sacrifice. And one thing that's difficult about devotees is they rarely push forward and let you know that they're a devotee because they're just a little too humble. And so it's hard to draw them out and have them share some of their realizations. But for sure, so many things are keeping you going. And if you can share anything with the Salt Lake City group, we would be most happy on this day.
By your affectionate insistence, Rai, I take your insistence upon my head.
At great risk. At great risk.
So, by Srila Gurudev's grace, we got Srila Sridhar Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. By Prabhupada's grace, we got Srila Sridhar Maharaj and Srila Govinda Maharaj. We are so indebted to Sri Guru, the grace of Sri Guru. And, those 18 years in India were not just in India. I was there because of Srila Govinda Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj, our beloved Gurudev. I stayed with him, and not only was that the best time of my life and the hottest time of my life, as not just India, but like living with someone of Srila Gurudev's statures, like flying, I say sometimes, flying close to the sun. Powerful divine agent of Krishna, and someone of that caliber, the trifecta devotees like we have here, Nyashi Maharaj and Sri Lanka, 3 times perfect. They've had Prabhupada, they've had Srila Sridhar Maharaj, and they've had Srila Gurudev. Of that category, type of agent of Krishna is very rare, and they've had it 3 times in their lives. So, we had Srila Gurudev's association, and from him we heard about Srila Sridhar Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. And I feel, even though I haven't met Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada personally, I feel he's my affectionate uncle. And sometimes if you go to his temples, like I've been to Krishna Balaram Mandir where his samadhi is, I feel very different from what I'm seeing outside of myself. I'm seeing a lot of grandeur and opulence and so much, like Vaikuntha style beauty and worship. But my feeling inside is I'm coming to bow down to my affectionate, dear, worshipable uncle, Guru. Someone who's so intimately associated with my Gurudev and my Param Guru Maharaj. They live together in Sita Kanta Banerjee Lane in a little room that Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada kept for them. They would preach together. They'd share breakfast together. They would joke. Srila Gurudev would have his muri, and Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada would joke, "You're cheating your stomach. Have some of my luchi puri, kachori, halava." Yes. And they thought it was so funny. And, I just, when I think of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada in my prayers and my, just my daily life, I feel like so much kindness, so much affection, so much love and simplicity in such a high Vaishnava. Not the larger-than-life figure that I see outside of myself. And it's no wonder he appeared on a day like this, Nandotsava. And that description in the Srimad Bhagavatam is so sweet. Nandotsava celebration. The day after Krishna appears, all the Brajabasis so happily, joyfully coming with their milk products, Krishna's appearing in cowherd society, and it's all so simple and human-like, and the beauty there is described as auspicious beauty. And all the cowherd ladies with their butter and their cheese and milk products and sweets, and the cowherd men with their sticks, they're all going to Nanda Maharaj's house and offering their milk products. And after some time, so much milk is at Nanda Maharaj's house, and so much butter and so much yogurt, and everyone's so ecstatic at the appearance of Lord Krishna that they started like rubbing butter on each other, throwing yogurt and throwing milk, and running and sliding, and this transcendental food fight breaks out at Nanda Maharaj's house. And the cows all decorated, all the brahmanas are being worshipped, and so many auspicious charity offerings are being given in the honor of Krishna's appearance. So these are the Lord's sweet pastimes in His adhoksaja form, and so attractive to the heart. And He's showing that He is the Supreme Person. He is not. His favorite pastimes are not of grandeur and opulence and larger than life experience, but central his Govinda, Gopinath, Madan Mohan form, 2 arms, playing the flute with his friends, playing leapfrog, engaging in beautiful, sweet, amorous pastimes that appear so human-like, but are supramundane. So, this day, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada decides to descend to the earth as one of Krishna's divine agents, coming to inundate the whole planet and sharing with the whole world this nectarian, sweet pastimes of the Lord. And we're all so fortunate to come through His grace sooner or later, and still His grace is reaching the whole planet. Everybody everywhere knows about Krishna because of Him. So such a happy, joyful day, and so honored and pleased to be amongst all of you celebrating. It was my original idea to be here for this day with all of you, and by the Lord's grace that I was allowed to come here, to be here with all of you. Jai Mahaprabhu and Giriraj. So Jai, all the assembled devotees ki Jai, Srila Bhakti Yashi Maharaj ki Jai, Srila Kadidi ki Jai, Sudarshan Prabhu ki Jai, Rai Kishore Didi ki Jai, all the assembled devotees ki Jai, Shri Nandotsava ki Jai, Jai Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Avirbhav Mahahutsav Titi ki Jai, Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Kol Kartal ki Jai, Gaura Bhakti Vrinda ki Jai, Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Gaur Premanande.
I'm just thinking, Bhaktilalita Devi, she had such close, direct connection with Srila Govinda Maharaj. In fact, Srila Govinda Maharaj kind of broke the tradition and gave her saffron cloth, which is I don't even know if it's ever done, but at least very rarely done. And that was, such an indication of the nature of her life, that, so much committed that she'll give her whole life serving and preaching, as opposed to raising a family and so many things, which is, is a natural thing for a woman. So it's not easy to do that. But she did that. She took that chance and, went forward into the unknown of service with Srila Govinda Maharaj. And she was so close. I can remember seeing her. She would kind of read letters that come to Srila Govinda Maharaj and then get his comments on them, and then she would compose proper English for reply, right? Well, anyway, yeah, I'm always checking with Srila Govinda Maharaj, no doubt. But still, again, this is just an indicator of the way in which Srila Govinda Maharaj saw Bhakti Lalita. So, and we're so fortunate that she's still young and, can be with us for a long time, and we can have friendship and association and, grow together in Krishna consciousness. So it's such a wonderful thing. We meet so many people, so many, heartfelt souls that we can be with and help, and also be helped by them. So I just am happy and honored that Bhakti Lalita Didi is here.
Thank you so much. Okay, so now we can have Arati for Gaurachandra Mahaprabhu and Sri Giriraj on this beautiful day of Nandotsava and Srila Prabhupada Avirbhav. Jai Rupanuga Guru Varga ki Jai.
Please, just so everybody can have a chance to hear them. You guys move up toward the altar.
Prajabaro Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Gopi parana dana madana manohara Gopi parana dana madana manohara Kaliya damana vidana Oh amala harinam ambiya vilasa Vipina purandara navina nagara vara Bangsi bajana suvasa Braja jana palana Yasur kulana jana Nanda gojana rakawala Govinda Madhava Nabanita Taskara Oh Govinda Madhava Nabanita Taskara Oh Govinda Madhava Nabanita Taskara Oh Sundara Nanda Gopala Oh Jamuna Tata Chara Gopi Vasana Hara Oh Jamuna Tata Chara Gopi Vasana Hara Rasa Rasika Kripa Maya Shri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Tabara Bhakti Vinodaya Chaya Shri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Tabara Shri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Tabara Jaya Shri Radha Vallabha Vrindavana Tabara Oh Bhakti Vinodaya Chaya Oh Yasomati Nandana Brajadharana Dhara Oh Gokula Ranjana Kana Oh Jai Sachinandana Suramuni Dandana Baba Baya Kandana Jaya He Ekai Hari Kirtana Ragana Bhatana Kalimala Katana Jayo He He Nayana Purandara Vishwarupa Sehadara Vishwamara Vishwara Kalyana Jaya Lakshmi Vishnu Priya Vishwamara Priya Hiya Oh Jaya Priya Kinkara Ishtana Malini Shiva Sujai Deshi Sitaya Jai Malini Shiva Sujai Jaya Chandra Shekharaya Chaja O Jaya Nityananda Radha Jaya Jaya Nityananda Rai Gadadara Jaya 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 Nityananda Rai Gadadara Jaya 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 Nityananda Rai Gadadara Jaya 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 Haridas Namastaja Murari Mukunda Jai Premaniti Mahajai O Jaya Jata Prabhu Parisaja O Bandi Savakara Pai Ata Mere Pita Hai O Bhakti Sapasada Prabhupada Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Bhaja Shri Advaita Gadadara Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Bolo Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Bolo Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Oh bolo Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Bolo Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
जय सफरकर श्री श्री गुरु गौर चंद्र गिरिराज जीव की जय। सदिया भोग आरती की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमा शिल भक्ति सुंदर गोविंद देव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जय श्री चैतन्य सारस्वत महाराचार्य वृंद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद शिल भक्ति रक्षक श्री हरदेव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जय जगत गुरु शिल भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य अष्टोत्तर शत शिशिमाद शिल अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। जय अविर्भाव महोत्सव की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद शिल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। जय श्री गौर कृष्णदास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। सच्चिदानंद भक्तिनाथ ठाकुर की जय। वैष्णव सार्वभौम शिल जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। श्री रूपानुग गुरु वर्ग की जय। जय प्रेम सिख अहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। पंच तत्व प्रभु की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। जय वृंदावन धाम की जय। जय श्री नंदोत्सव की जय। जय नंद महाराज की जय। यशोदा माई की जय। जय श्री रोहिणी माता जी की जय। जय ब्रजवासी गण की जय। यमुना देवी की जय। तुलसी महारानी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। जय समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। समवेत वैष्णव मंडल की जय। कृपा शिल भक्ति विग्रह न्यासी महाराज की जय। अनंत शेषदास प्रभु की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे
जय जय श्री पासुराम प्रभु की जय।
Amazing prasadam in the back. Oh, don't bow down to Tulsi Devi.
Oh, well, sorry. Thank you, Mark.
Everyone offer prayer to
Tulsi
Tulsi Devi. Hridaya Tulsi Devi, Krishna Bhakti Prati Devi, Satyavachana Tulsi Maharani ki jai.
Dandavats, online devotees, thank you for tuning in. Jiva Ramos, Bhima Krishna Prabhu, Ashapurna Devi, Ananda Krishna Prabhu, Harivol, thank you for tuning in. Jai.